So Gina Carano truly is being rehired by Disney Star Wars. She truly is being uncanceled, and I have all of the proof to show you in this video that's going to prove it to you 100%, as well as bring you some brand new information that I got recently that's going to pretty much confirm that Gina Carano is returning to Star Wars. I'm also going to show you Gina Carano's effect on Hollywood and cancel culture as a whole. She's really affecting everyone that's involved in those spaces. She's allowing people in Hollywood that never would have spoken out before to speak out against cancel culture in favor of Gina Carano as well. I actually believe that Gina Carano is going to be the change that we all want to see in Hollywood. She's going to save Hollywood, not just Disney, not just Star Wars. She is going to end up bringing us the Star Wars that we've always wanted to see, and that we just want to see a good story. We don't want politics to be involved in it. We don't want people getting fired off the cast because they have different politics than Disney does. We just want Disney, we just want Star Wars focused on storytelling. And obviously, if someone says something extremely out of line, then you can fire them. If they incite violence, then fire them. But don't fire them just because they're speaking their mind. Don't fire them just because they're a free thinker. Don't fire Gina Carano just because she has a different opinion and she's not afraid to express it. But I have some great information to bring to you today. Let's get into the video. So this article from Pirates and Princesses says Gina Carano uncanceled, and yes, I already did cover this article, but it's very important to rehash this old information that we got a few days ago before I bring you this brand new information that I got today that pretty much confirms that Gina Carano is going to be rehired, that Gina Carano is being uncanceled by Disney Star Wars. So back when Gina Carano was ceremoniously denounced by Lucasfilm in an anonymous trade publication statement, then fired from the company and The Mandalorian, things were taken to the next level. For example, not only did they fire the actress who refused to put her preferred pronouns in her Twitter bio, but they also tried to cancel every toy that reflected her character. They even went so far as to cancel the release of an episode of Running Wild with Bear Grylls that featured Gina Carano. Talk about deleting someone from the industry. So we all know that Disney Star Wars, that Disney as a whole, really not just the Star Wars division, Disney takes the side of cancel culture over and over again. They did it with James Gunn as well. And for some reason, cancel culture is not satisfied with someone just being fired from Star Wars. They're not satisfied with Gina Carano just losing her job. They want her wiped from the map. They don't want Gina Carano to exist anymore. They want her gone completely. And Disney also wanted to wipe Gina Carano from the map. They also tried to get rid of her. They took away all her toys. They really just tried to wipe her from the map like cancel culture always does with their victims. And the fans weren't happy about it. They weren't happy with the firing of Gina Carano, much less the attempt to wipe her from the map. So Star Wars fans tried to take money away from Disney Star Wars and Disney as a whole, and it seems like it's working. It seems like Disney is hearing us because money talks at the end of the day. And even if they aren't actively losing money on Gina Carano's firing, they're definitely missing out on a lot of money that could be made from these Gina Carano fans if they were to put Gina Carano merchandise back on shelves, if they were to rehire Gina Carano to Disney Star Wars. And it seems like they are learning their lesson. It seems like they are putting that Gina Carano merch back on the shelf. Once again, have some new information that's very exciting for you later on in the video. But here this article says the backlash was intense, and now it seems that Hollywood is walking back some of their positions on Gina Carano. Just yesterday, our chief editor and owner of Pirates and Princesses, Geeky Sparkles, discovered Walmart was selling Gina Carano / Cara Dune Star Wars merchandise. Now National Geographic is pulling back the decision to ban the Running Wild episode featuring Miss Carano as well. And here is a picture of the Gina Carano toy being sold in Walmart. Once again, more brand new information on that later on in the video, but if you don't believe it, there's a picture being sold among other Star Wars merchandise. And here is Gina Carano announcing that her Running Wild with Bear Grylls episode will air once again on National Geographic on May 10th. Not going to read that again because we all know what happened with that, but here is Bear Grylls' response to that tweet. He says, "Your Running Wild journey was an incredible one too. It would have been so sad not to get to hear your powerful story of many struggles and many triumphs. Here we go." So it seems like Bear Grylls is on the side of Gina Carano. I don't know that this means that Disney is 100% behind Gina Carano. Again, I don't know if Disney is 100% behind this decision, but Bear Grylls seems to have a lot of pull with National Geographic for obvious reasons, and it seems like Bear Grylls is on the side of Gina Carano. He wanted to get her episode uncanceled, and he ended up getting that. So that's a win for Gina Carano, an absolutely huge win, but not as huge of a win as this information is that I'm about to share with you right now. So shout out to Force of Light Entertainment for bringing me this information. The link to their channel will be in the description. They make great videos, and they brought me this story. So go subscribe to their channel. They sent me this DM, and it says, "So here's the deal," which we addressed, but you know how the comments are. So they never canceled the retro figure. That's not the big deal. The big deal is that they are literally selling them at Disney-owned stores. Just a few weeks ago, they had Nothing Cara. So what do you mean they're selling them at Disney-owned stores? They're selling them at Walmart. They're selling them on Amazon. What does Disney-owned stores mean? And also, I know that they never stopped selling the retro figures. I know that those were never canceled, but a lot of stores did stop selling them. A lot of certain Walmarts did stop selling them. So to see them back in stores, back in stock everywhere is a very good sign for Gina Carano. So what do I mean that they're selling Gina Carano merch in Disney-owned stores? Well, let's find out. Force of Light Entertainment also sent me this DM. One of the people who runs the GinaCarano.net friend bought one and sent him a picture from Disney Springs at the Star Wars store there. Also, a toy collector confirmed it to me. So they're straight up selling Gina Carano merch. They're straight up selling Cara Dune merch in Disney Springs in Orlando, Florida in Disney World. They're selling Gina Carano and Cara Dune merch in Disney World. That's a huge sign. That pretty much confirms that she's returning in my eyes. I don't think that they would do that unless they had a huge change of heart. And I don't think they would have a change of heart if they didn't want to profit off of her completely. If you're going to halfway profit off her, if you're going to sell her merchandise, you're going to sell her toys, you're going to sell her clothes, why not just bring her back into The Mandalorian? Why not give her her own show again on Disney Plus and have the ratings for those shows go through the roof? Because like I said, Gina Carano has an entire army behind her now. No matter what she does, she doesn't need Disney anymore. But if she was to come back to Disney, every single project that she's in, every single episode that she's in, the ratings will go through the roof. The ratings will be sky high because everyone's gonna watch those episodes just to support Gina. I'm gonna do the same even if I don't care about a certain show that she's in, a certain episode that she's in. For example, Running Wild with Bear Grylls, I would never watch that show unless Gina Carano was in the show. Same thing goes for anything else in the future. I'm gonna watch those episodes. I'm gonna watch those shows just to support Gina, just to show Disney that they need to bring Gina Carano back and they need to keep her there for good, no matter how free of a thinker she is on social media. And here is a tweet from what I believe to be one of the people who run GinaCarano.net, and they say, my friend Jacob Lesko is at Disney World and sent me this picture. They're selling Cara Dune toys on the shelf. Great to see. This is the picture that I believe is from Disney Springs. I believe that this is the picture that Force of Light was referring to. As you can see, it's a Cara Dune figure among other Star Wars figures, among other Star Wars merchandise. It is great to see this. It does mean that Gina Carano is returning to Star Wars in some fashion. If they're gonna do this, if they're gonna profit off of Gina Carano, if they're gonna have her involved and related to Star Wars again, if they're gonna have her related to Disney again, you might as well just bring her back altogether, because these cancel culture people will not be happy with this. If you're still profiting off of her, if you still have her involved in Star Wars in some way, in any kind of way, cancel culture is not gonna be happy with that. They're not gonna be satisfied with that. So you might as well just go all in and bring her back to Star Wars altogether. Make everyone on our side, make all the free thinkers happy, make everyone that actually pays for your content, the people that actually want to give you money to consume your content, to consume Gina Carano content, make us happy, take our money, because we will be willing to give it to you if you do bring Gina Carano back. But like I said earlier, Gina Carano is also inspiring other people to speak out against cancel culture, against the direction that Hollywood is going in, and even speak out directly against Disney like this guy in this video does. I'll just let the clip speak for itself.
All the messaging from Disney Star Wars saying, I mean, I follow this stuff deeply, and so I'm like, I saw what they were saying about Star Wars fans for the last 4 or 5 years. For a terrible story, but they're calling all of them these terrible man babies, white supremacists, patriarchy, all this silliness. And then they actually fire a strong, independent woman.
So if you don't know, this guy's name is Siaka Mazakoi, and he is an up-and-coming director. I believe he's also an actor in some things as well. And to have someone like this, to have someone that hasn't quite made it to the top yet, to have someone that's not quite a household name yet, speaking out against Hollywood, against the industry that he is trying to make it in, against the jobs that he is trying to get, against the employers that he could have in the future, Gina Carano is inspiring this. Gina Carano is giving everyone the template. She's giving everyone the blueprint to not get canceled when you speak your mind, to actually be able to speak freely and think freely without losing your job, without losing your livelihood completely. Gina Carano is showing everyone how to do that. Gina Carano is inspiring people like this to speak out, not only against cancel culture, not only against Hollywood and the direction that Hollywood is going in, but also in favor of Gina Carano and in support of Gina Carano. And we also have Kevin Sorbo speaking out about the same thing. He's been doing this for a while. He's been speaking out against Hollywood for a while, speaking out against cancel culture for a while, but I do think it's noteworthy what he has to say in this clip. Let's check it out.
The damage they can do to your career, how they can destroy people's lives right now. In 2010, there were a couple of incidents that I just said, okay, I've had enough of this. And I remember going back to my wife and saying, I've had enough of the hypocrisy, but nobody's pointing it out. And I started getting more vocal. Of course, we had all these, social media was starting to grow in its infancy, but we started to take off. And I started saying stuff. My wife said, you better look out, they're gonna come after you. And I said, all I said was 2 + 2 is 4. I spoke the truth. That's just true.
So Kevin Sorbo has been speaking out against this type of stuff for a long time. This isn't anything new for him, but I just think that people like him and Gina Carano are going to continue to speak out and inspire others to speak out against Hollywood and in favor of them as well. And I truly believe that Gina Carano is returning to Star Wars. Gina Carano is returning to Disney. She's being unfired by Disney, and Gina Carano is getting uncanceled. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this new information that I brought to you today about the Gina Carano toys being sold in Disney World in Orlando, Florida. Do you think that this means that Gina Carano is returning to Star Wars confirmed, or do you think that I'm absolutely crazy? Let me know what you think in the comments. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow me on Twitter or join the Discord, both of those links will be in the description as well. But thank you for watching the video, and hope to see you in the next one.